Okay. I love an ever-changing environment. It's great. But when they keep changing shit and they don't tell you, like when you're about to go live, that's a little annoying. A little bit. We should be live on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Kick. And Kick's quickly becoming a place to go watch people jack off.
Really?
Fine by me, but it's mostly dudes.
Okay.
If I want a constant reminder of how small my dick is, I'm not going there. Why is it only the big dick guys that do porno?
You don't know why?
No, I get it. I get it now.
But I mean,
I think that'd be the definition of a rhetorical question.
Yeah, I'm not answering. Plead the fifth.
Do you know how fucking accomplished I would be as a person if I had a huge cock? I have this. We have this reverberating. It's a new feature.
It's not. Well, yes, it is. We haven't had this before. This is a completely new feature. So if you see me looking down, my camera's on top of my 32-inch TV. If you see me looking down, it's because I don't want the epilepsy he's already given me to make it even worse.
I'm sorry. This would be great to know.
Fucking terrible.
This would be great to know.
Why do we do this? This is such a fucking low rent podcast. I cannot believe people actually listen to this.
What else would make us hang out?
Huh?
I mean, we do text all the time.
Yeah. Unless you're mad or I'm mad and we just
no. I've been super busy. For real.
Yeah.
FR. Welcome to the show, guys. You can tell by the massive glare off this beautiful forehead. That is again another
new line. I can't wait till you come up.
Okay, you go ahead.
I don't have one.
No, go ahead. Start.
But I mean, you keep going with that. I mean,
no, it's on you.
No, dude, we see that giant fucking thing.
Go ahead. No, it's on you.
The light reflects off that just like this fucking, what's that thing called? ISIS? No, the ISS. Same thing. Can see the Lexer in Vegas from space?
Are you having a stroke?
I was starting to drool and trying to swallow my beard spit, and I've been drinking.
Okay, a lot of excuses. All right, so
my daughter said she's making drinks for me all night long.
And 3, 2, 1, and Daryl cold open go.
Welcome to the two dolt. I can't do this on too much pressure. Okay,
no, it's okay. And take 2 and go.
Welcome to the Two Dolts podcast. You know we're live, and you know we're back on a Friday night because of Chris's giant shiny forehead. See, we both have the same fucking material. Fuck off.
That's fair.
It is fucking hot here, dude. I was in taking a shit while you were on your way.
I was.
Okay. I'm never gonna believe that story.
I lie to everybody else. I'm never
gonna believe that story.
I do not lie to you.
Anyhow. And all of a sudden, it sounded like Krista dropped a cooler full of ice and water after you've been camping.
Okay.
Like, first thought was, what the fuck was that? Second thought was,
right.
Why does Krista have a cooler full of ice that she's emptying? And like it's been warm, we have no ice left here. And then I go, what in the fuck was that? And I hear the rain just open up. Apparently, it was the loudest crack of thunder I've ever heard.
Oh, shit, really?
And then Brady started crying because he's a little bitch.
I think it's because we can't hit kids anymore.
It poured, and then it's apparently stopped. So now it's just warm as fuck in here.
Like, when I was a kid, you couldn't fear anything more than you would fear your dad.
There was the scariest noise in the world was that belt coming through the loops.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Or how about, like, when the car door shuts and your mom goes, your dad's home. That was because you could fuck off all day. And my mom would at least try to rough me up a little bit, you know. Not a spanker.
Same.
But the implication that your dad is home was like, God damn, you know.
Mine was worse because my dad drove truck. And if you know where I live, there's a slight incline coming into town.
Yep.
So he would come up over the hill. And
hear the brakes coming in?
Jake brake would be on.
Yep.
As soon as you had to find a hide. And then you heard your mother tell him the story a couple times. There was some laughter. And then it's like, get your ass out here. As you got a little older and got a little talking to. But sometimes when you're younger, hiding underneath your bed, that big fucking hand comes underneath, grabs you by the ankle. And if you pick your head up, you're hitting all the slats underneath your bed.
Sure. Yep.
You know?
Yep.
And the whooping comes. And there no words are said. Just straight beat down.
That was the word. Like you could hear the conversation. You'd hear the conversation and you'd be like, all right.
That's not how it went.
It seems like it's going good. It seems like he's on my side. And then you hear the steps coming up the stairs. Dun, 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 and you're like, motherfuck.
It's worse. It's like fucking the soundtrack for like a horror movie. Just hearing that noise was like,
and I totally
heavier and getting closer. You're like, I'm so fucked.
And you know, your dad's still alive. God bless Bruce. But my dad is not. And my dad was not alive when I had kids. So I had one moment where I went back and watched old He-Man episodes on YouTube when YouTube first started popping off. And I remember my dad sitting next to me watching He-Man, and he acted like he was like into He-Man. Like he was good with it, you know? And I called him and I was like, hey, I know that you sat next to me and you watched He-Man with me, and I'm now watching it as an adult, and I'm sorry because it sucked.
Yeah, but
He-Man was not good.
6 and 7.
Yeah.
And my dad used to watch that with me because you know who came on right after that?
Was it MASH? She-Ra. Yeah, worth it.
And she was definitely fun to look at when we were all younger.
She sure was. Yeah. But now having kids, you know, when you have like a bad day at work, or you just like it's just a day. We're allowed to have days as adults, like good days, bad days. We're allowed to have days. But having a bad day and the first people you see are the people you made, and they don't care that you have food in the fridge. Sorry, I just burped in my mouth. You have food in the fridge. You know, they have nice shoes. They have nice clothes. They got a cool bedroom. They don't care about any of that shit. They just care that you're around, and you don't want to be around fucking anybody. That's the worst. Do you ever catch yourself going like, so I have this phrase called be a good dad. And I might get a tattoo, BAGD, right? I might put it somewhere on my hands that I can see. I wouldn't do a hand tattoo because I'm not white trash, but I'm listening. But I think I have this like little moment where I go, deep breath, be a good dad. And I try to be supportive. Hey, what's going on? Hey, what's this? What's that? How was school? You know, give him a hug, you know, all the things I didn't have when I was a kid. But there are some days, man, like today, the kids were chasing a hornet around the house. And not getting a fly swatter.
Kids are so fucking stupid. Kids are so fucking stupid.
Dude, not getting a fly swatter. Not getting rolled up magazine, not getting anything, right? Ortez, you should be here, you fucking pussy. But they got Nerf guns, and they got this little like fly gun I bought from a fucking what's that white trash store where they sell canoes and fucking Dick's? No.
Sierra? Dollar General.
No, think worse, with the big fish tank in it.
Bass Pro.
Thank you. So now they're walking around with a gun like this, trying to shoot a fucking yellow jacket.
I thought it was a hornet.
Hornet, yellow jacket. I think the same thing. Same family, right? Max has a bow and arrow. Not with a tip, but it's got like a little like muffin top point to it, you know? He's walking around like this. I'm like, we have fly swatters. Kill with a fly swatter. And my blood pressure was at 1 billion already, out of the gate. I wish I could take a moment, go outside, call my dad and say, you know what? I get it. I'm sorry. You know? I wish I would have had that moment. You know?
Okay, first of all, when we were that young, in a hornet or a yellow jacket or a bee got in the house, what'd we do?
Kill it.
Grab the the flyer out of the paper, or went and grabbed the fly swatter that were all over
or
the
a
house.
rolled up paper. It seemed like
or
there was
whatever.
more
Just grab the
papers
section of the paper, whatever, and that's what we did it with. We didn't have Nerf guns.
No,
we were smart enough not to get our BB gun off the top of the refrigerator and try to shoot it. We would knock it down with a rolled up newspaper magazine and or the fly swatter.
Agree completely.
We are in a completely different area. And this is the fight that I have with my parents all the time. I'm like, it's different.
Is it acceptable
when you had a kid to compare when I have kids?
Sure.
The fucking internet isn't going anywhere. It has ruined everything. I says, you didn't have to deal with that.
Yeah.
Both of us were out of the house before the internet was invented.
True. Drinking out of a hose.
Yeah. And I said,
now
you don't have to compete with this.
Here's my question. Are those the good old days?
Yeah.
And I think every generation had the good old days, except like World War II, because that probably sucked.
Yeah, those days.
That probably was terrible. You know, I think even before World War II days, it was like, well, I had to go work in a coal mine when I was 7, and you get microwave dinners.
Yeah.
It's a plus, right? I think every parent wants to leave their kids in a better position than you were brought up in. And I can see certain similarities or certain times where I go, okay, they're better off than I was. But at what sacrifice? The idea that you're going to walk around the house with a fluff bow and arrow and try to kill a hornet, it makes me think that he's not ready for the apocalypse. He's not ready for it. You know? And my kid's a smart kid. Good kid. Sorry for the flickering, everybody.
It ain't going anywhere, so buckle up for the next 45 minutes.
It's not. Whatever we're going to do. Lip tattoo, I'll think about it. Face tattoo, no.
I don't know. What's tomorrow?
I got to drive to
soccer.
The middle of fucking nowhere. First of all, Tanya's working.
Holy fuck, really? Huge shock.
Way, right?
Huge shock.
Second of all, Miles and Audra are both working. So I'm going to have Miles's kid, my kid, and my other kid. And I got to cart them around the entire state to go play soccer.
Why don't you just play soccer in Carbondale?
And Daryl, guess what? It's called a friendly. So it's not even something that counts.
Oh, that's right. They don't even keep score.
No. They'll keep score.
Why aren't you just playing where you live? Why are you traveling all over? And I think I've said this before, and I know I've talked to somebody else about this too. Kids sports are fucking completely and utterly out of control.
It's getting a little
there's no reason a child under the age of 10 should be on a travel sports team where the both working parents, for the most part, are shelling out thousands of dollars in equipment, travel, gas, hotel, buying the next best thing for their kids because fucking little Bobby's got a bat that is the new one that came out, but now your kid needs a bat even though he hit a ball in fucking 3 years. Now you got hotels. You got to take the little fuckers out to dinner. You have all these raffles to try to raise money. There's no reason this should be a thing. None. You have a fucking town. There's plenty of fucking kids. Play there. My kids, I'm not fucking doing it.
Little caveat.
I'm about ready to make like maybe a regional team where she's going to travel relatively locally. And I'm still not happy about it because I don't know how we're going to afford it.
Little sidebar. If one of your best friends is heading up the league and your kid's qualified to be in it, you want to throw a bone, you know? Help them out.
I don't want my son anywhere near baseball at all.
Oh, dude.
Not even close.
Baseball's the worst sport.
I don't even want him to play hockey.
Baseball's probably the worst sport to have when you have a kid.
Those fucking kids are lunatics.
Oh, and now it's like, dude, Max, he can hit, he can throw, he can catch. But there's some kids in baseball, they get 38 strikes per bat. And if they don't hit it while the coach is throwing it to them like this, you know, like softballs, right? You know, then they get the tee. Then they still get on base. Even if Max hits it to shortstop makes a play, throws it to first, Max is out, he's still on base. So
I
at
hate pro
what
sports.
point
I hate
are
it.
they not learning the game? I think at the first point, they're not learning the fucking game.
I'm not going to get it, Ortez. I'm not. For one, I refuse to admit
I do.
soccer's real. Soccer is awful for me to watch. As watching adults, like even the Olympics and all these fucking
No,
huge Copacabana tournaments you have,
I'm buying
at
into it.
watching children's soccer is one of the worst things I think I could ever do with my life. I watched the movie Kicking and Screaming. I would fucking murder myself at the center dot.
That's
I
not true.
would take my beer can, I would rip the top off, and I would slice my fucking throat right there and watch the blood spray down on all these little kids running around, fingering their assholes, and didn't know what direction they're going in. Soccer's awful. You're
That's
not going
not
to change
how.
my mind. I
That's
love
not
it.
how.
You love it.
Just so you know,
Great.
that's not how kids play soccer. They don't finger their
Whatever.
assholes.
It sucks. It does. It does. I've watched it. I've seen it.
No.
Aubrey was in it. It was the worst thing ever. I said I'm not going. I can't watch it.
And I will say this: I believe I had the same beliefs, and then I got into soccer or football, as we call it, because I saw
punch you in the stupid face for
I
saying
saw
that.
how cool it was for my kid to play it, and then I started watching football with Ortez, with Zach, and I started to have a better appreciation for the game. I'm not saying I'm all in. I'm just saying
I'd rather watch
I don't
fucking
mind it.
paint dry on grass that's growing than that. That's my opinion. That's my.
Is that a thing? Can we bet on that?
I don't know. I wish.
If we can bet on that, I'm in. I'm so
You know what
in.
I'm gonna do though? You want talking about betting on things?
Kill yourself?
No.
Just think about it. I'm
dude, I think about it a lot.
How many times a day do you think about killing yourself?
No, I wouldn't say a day. If we're gonna go a week,
Weekly. I'm saying
two to
over
three.
3.
2 to 3.
Oh, dude, I'm 3.5.
I want to build one of those big fucking plywood platforms with little boards in it, all angled different, with the marbles.
What are you talking about?
Have you not seen marble racing?
No.
It is one of the most greatest fucking things to watch ever.
Can you gamble on it?
Yes.
Okay, I'm in. Yeah.
That's the whole point of this.
I'm in. I would love nothing more than for us to get hammered one day and go gamble on the Pinewood Derby for Boy Scouts.
You know what I just saw on a Facebook reel or Instagram reel the other day? Some dude made a big ass sloped track.
Okay.
Like a 45-degree angle with the Hot Wheels, the orange track.
Yeah.
And put a gate at the top. And they line up like 5 or 6 different Hot Wheels. And it comes down to the bottom. At the bottom, there's a big there's like a little display thing that they go through. And as they hit, there's a little gate that the cars would hit. And as soon as it triggers that, it tells you which one went through the gate first.
I would gamble on that all day.
They were starting to do that. And it's like, how do you make your car go faster? And people were like, oh, you fucking drill out the rivets in the bottom. You put like fucking lead in there and then you seal it back up and you got a WD-40 the wheels and everything. And I was like, whatever. But
how about the Roomba on a pool table?
Dude, I want to do it. We need to find those things aren't cheap. I've been looking at
one.
Do you really?
Yes.
We need a pool table.
Who has a pool table that you know in Buffalo?
Vinny's used to.
God, all these fucking things,
dude. The and that was our Facebook thing or whatever.
And how is it possible? I think my cousin camera
Steve
works all the fucking time, and I got the face to make us famous. For now.
His voice, angel too.
Thank you, buddy. And I got the yips. I got the yips on my camera. He's got the yips.
Can you hear that? You can't hear that, right?
I can hear that. No.
You can't
share it?
Just loud as fuck in my ear here. I'm trying to see if this video works and I'm going to share it.
I do appreciate guys that figure out gambling with shit that doesn't matter. You know, I like that. It's the American dream. NASCAR was started because guys needed fast cars that outrun the cops. Love it.
It's like the Moonshiners back in the day.
Yeah, dude. Dukes of Hazzard. Would it be weird if I bought the Dukes of Hazzard car? Ortez, maybe you can chime in on this. I don't think you can buy the Dukes of Hazzard car without the Confederate flag on it.
Yeah, a lot of those don't have that anymore.
No, I'm saying like if you're gonna buy it, you should buy the whole thing.
Yeah.
I don't think the Confederate flag is necessarily racist when it's on the car. I think if you have it in your yard, we should talk about it. Or you drive through Tennessee some places and it's like the Tennessee flag and the Confederate flag are like fucking scissor sisters, man. It's really close. I'm not saying that that's good or bad. I'm just saying Cannonball Run was started at a bar in a small town outside of Warsaw, New York. Boom.
In Wyoming.
I love General Lee, and it would make sense if you bought it. Yeah. I'm thinking about buying a General Lee. I was thinking about getting another Jeep.
It's a 69 Charger?
I think it's a 67. I don't know. We need hey, pull that up. I need an intern.
I know. Jesus fucking Christ. You know how much easier this shit would be?
Well, to watch you fucking plug away at a computer is priceless.
Dude, it's so good.
Dude, Ortez, you're one of my best friends. I'm not racist at all. Outside of the things I tell you. First of all, I happen to think, sneaky theory, I think more black people are racist to white people than white people are racist to black people.
Say that again.
I think more black people are racist towards white people than white people are racist toward black people. This is why I say that. In the election cycle, we have a lady that's pretending to be a black lady running for president, and there are thousands of white women saying black power, black women, all this shit, right? She's not. She's Jamaican. She's Indian. Not really black. Even though she goes, and we ain't going to buy flowers. She's, pontificating on that shit. If a white woman, if there was not 10,000 ladies that were black black ladies going, Hillary Clinton should be pregnant. No one said that. That was a bad impression of Tess, and I apologize.
That was terrible.
I do understand that was a little bit racist. Sorry. I'll hit the button. That's my fault. That's my fault. But what I'm saying is, black people created jazz, and then white people stole it and made rock and roll. We're all trying to.
Didn't Elvis steal rock and roll?
Yeah, totally. Oh, dude, Adam, yes, you're right. Jamaicans are super black, but she's not African American, right? Right? Where's Africa and where's Jamaica? Dare I quote the great scholar Malcolm X? Plymouth Rock didn't land on us. I'm just saying Jamaica is not Africa. And that bitch has never made collard greens. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. She's terrible. She's a fucking liar. First of all, everyone lies. I don't think Trump loves America. I don't care if Trump loves America. I don't care. I just care that he's white. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, hey. YouTube.
They don't care about what we say, do they?
Yeah. We get hit all the time.
Okay. Ready?
Okay. Can you share your screen?
Yep. Ready?
You're actually doing this. This is the first time you've ever done this.
No, it ain't. It's the second time.
Third time. Second time. Third time.
Can you see it?
Yeah. I will show on stream. Okay. Let it rip, Tater Chip. Yep.
Okay. This is marble race. This is via sand. This is obviously a sand one. But there are ones which is wooden, and there's people that make all sorts of fucking tracks.
This is where Kamala's mom came from. It's also dude, I would bet on this all day.
To it. Down they come. Grasshopper out of the shape. Widow next behind, already having as they begin to traverse this course. Deep Ocean comes next from Rastafarian and Big Pearl. Then a little bit of a team back behind Green Turtle, it looks like, who just gets past as I say that.
I'm so for it.
Top two stretching it out a little bit.
Ooh.
having a look. White Widow.
It's a little patchy for me.
Right on the tail of grass.
So you have to name your marbles. That's good. Oh, going through the moguls.
Deep.
Are you getting a loading problem or no?
The bottom. Which is going to be quicker? Let's see where they shake out.
Yeah.
White Widow has taken the lead, but
dude, I'm for this.
In this grass,
and yeah,
her up in the third place. Drafting moves gets on eye. In fact, 3 marbles get.
Sounds like the music you listen to me.
Lollipop falls back to 5th. White Widow still clear out and try to track her down. Grass.
I'm for it. First of all, like try to make a course like that. Not for it. That's a lot of work.
All right.
And unshare.
I mean, this fucking video is like forever long.
Yeah. I think you sharing that.
Okay.
I think you sharing that caused my shit not to flicker. We fixed it.
Okay, what happened?
I'm not flickering anymore.
Yeah, you see, I helped you.
I'm back.
I'm
back. I'm back and flickering. God damn it. No, I think number 1, great. Number 2, like I had a friend back in the day. He wanted to make an app. It was called Bet Friends Forever, BFF. Okay. So let's say we go to the fair. You were just at the fair, right?
Yeah.
You know the horse game where like you spray the spray gun and the horse runs and all that shit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Adam. We're back. Let's say you're not going to play the horse game because now every game's like $7 fucking a play, right?
JT was just at Vinny's this afternoon when I was getting ready to leave. We were talking. He came to the fair last. I just missed him. That squirting gun into the clown's mouth or whatever to make
with the balloon
thing go up or make the horse run or whatever. $10 a
fuck you right in your ass.
I heard it when we walked by and I look at Chris and I go, did I fucking hear that? She's like, yep.
Crazy.
Dude, it's $10 for a little basket of ping pong balls to win a fucking 19-cent goldfish now. The fair is beyond stupid. You gotta be upper middle class to afford it.
Maybe that's the place where we should start looking at what inflation is.
Dude, it's terrible.
Maybe that's where we start. Because, dude, like 3 years ago, I took the kids to Queen of Heaven before we met up. To go on the Funhouse ride was like $4 per kid. $4. And I'm not like, I'm a flippant spender. If we're going to have a good time, if you're going to leave me alone.
Have a good time. That's the problem with you and I when we get ready to go out. My wife knows we are going to have a good time and it might cost a lot of money.
Yeah, it's like mortgage time.
She's like, fuck you guys.
Yeah, it's not good. But like how the fuck can you even qualify? Like okay, so you have a setup thing. It's a fun house with the spinning wheel at the end.
Yeah.
You go up the thing, whatever. How can you tell me that that's going to cost my kids $6 to go through?
Yeah.
As I'm paying the guy $6 in tickets. Like how is this a fucking thing?
It was $37.50 for an unlimited ride wristband.
Okay, that's fair. It used to be $15.
Yeah. But
back when we were kids.
This is the same shit. Nothing changes. Walking through that mirrored fun house, go through the tumbly thing, the big wheel that's spinning the opposite direction, the floor moves. and you climb up the stairs, and then you
Sure.
get to come down a little twisty slide. Explain to me why that's worth $6 a person. Just explain it to me.
And you're already there. You're already
And
there.
oh, hang on. It's not just that. It's $22.60 for an adult to walk through the door. To walk in, just to walk in. Krista scammed him yesterday. We took Auburn, her friend, obviously, and Brady, who's under the age of 12.
Sure.
And she bought me and her tickets and 3 children's tickets. You got to put it in the thing, but we didn't have to pay for it. And
Right.
here comes my daughter and her friend who do not look 12. And the one lady's asking, she's like, how many kids? She's like, 3. Okay. Scanned fucking Krista's phone and away we went.
I used to think that, you know, let's say I'm 11, right? At the movie theater in Dunkirk, it was like 10 and under are like $5.50, and 11 up or whatever are $10. My dad would be like, "No, he's 10."
You have a mustache.
Until I was like 14 going.
Oh yeah.
But like,
dude,
what the fuck are we doing?
We used to go to the drive. My parents used to take us to drive-in. They had an old Cadillac fucking Brougham, big fucking maroon. You see my parents' garage? That motherfucker went in one end and the ass almost stuck out the other. Huge.
A boat.
We would go to the drive-in up in Delavan on a Friday night. What's showing? I don't know. They weren't kids' movies because I'll tell you, the second movie was Porky's.
First of all, that's how old you are. Second of all, it's awesome.
Yeah. Next thing is, when we're waiting to pull in, we get close to the gate. My parents are like, get on the floor. We had to get on the floor, each side of the back of this fucking boat.
Put a blanket over you.
Put the blanket over us, and the cooler of beers was in the middle.
Yep.
The fuck if there was any drinks in there for us kids, it was full of beer.
Sure.
So then, me, the cooler, and my sister in a blanket. You could get right to the gate. How many? Just 2. Guy fucking fell. You can smell his Marlboro breath inside the back of the car. Anybody else? You see the fucking blanket.
You're like, tee.
Yeah, tee. You see it moving. People trying to fucking breathe under a blanket when it's in July and it's 100 fucking degrees because the car doesn't have air conditioning.
Of course.
Yeah, and we're about dying. We could have died. They didn't care. They were not paying $4 for us to get in the drive-in.
Crazy. But that's $4. I don't know if $4, like, I always love looking at like the old-timey guys, right? So this guy had the guy that built the Biltmore in Asheville, right? Cornelius Vanderbilt the third or some shit, or whatever the fuck his name was. But like, he spent $680 million of that time's money to build this thing. And that's the equivalent of X, you know?
Yeah, 1.1 billion a day.
Yeah. I like that kind of shit. So you go, okay, back in old-timey days, it's maybe a 3X on today's days. That's fine. But going back 25 years, it should, like, when I was a kid, tickets were $1 to ride a ride. Or the wristband was maybe $10 for all you can ride. I think
there was a wristband back then.
Sure. But like, it can't be 5X. When I was a kid, playing one of those games was, dude, playing what's the thing with the balls? I Got It or something like that?
Yeah.
Used to be 50 cents.
It's $1 now.
It's $1. We've gone up 100%.
And guess what's changed? Nothing. It's changed. The prices are still exactly the same.
Yeah, you get the mirror with the.
But explain to me why the price is doubled on that. Same thing for the fucking squirt gun game. You still have the shitty fucking stuffed animals, stuffed toys that you've bought for the last 30 years from the same fucking shitty supplier for pennies on a dollar.
Yeah.
But it went from $3 to $4 to $6 and now 10. Fuck off,
dude.
Anyway, I'm not fucking doing it.
Dude, if you went to a fair when I was a kid and when you were a kid with $35, you know you're going to get a ton of pizza.
Cotton candy.
Fair pizza is the shit. And fried dough.
Well, yeah. I'm not a big fried dough fan.
What?
I don't go and have to have it. I tried it for the first time last year.
You tried fried dough for the first time last year.
50 years old, and I tried fried dough for the first time. It was all right. But I'm not going to go and say I need to have it. If somebody offers me a piece, I'll take a chunk of it.
That was 1A on the list. Like, I'm getting fried dough. But you go there with $35. You are going to die of sugar poisoning and also come back with 1,000 posters.
Oh, yeah. Of hot chicks and thongs.
Oh, dude.
And Lamborghinis.
I remember I won Buns and Roses.
Yes.
Poster. Remember that?
Yes.
Dude, Buns and Roses. It was an ass with roses.
Yes.
And whoever that girl is, God bless her.
Those girls back then.
She's still built in my brain. Like Buns and Roses girl.
I want a poster of a hot blonde chick with curled hair.
I wonder if I can find
leaning on like a Lambo or something. And she had a thong.
Oh, dude. A Ferrari Testarossa was the fucking shit.
Or that, And she was bent over and her fucking box was sticking out the back.
Yeah.
A little bit. And I didn't know what the fuck that was when I was that young. I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
They're like, you don't know what that is? And all of a sudden I found out what it was. I was like,
I'm trying to find Buns and Roses poster on the internets.
But yeah, that shit was the fucking or the little like mirrored pictures you can hang up, the 6x10s.
Yeah. Or how about the guys that had like the t-shirt fucking presser at the thing?
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude.
The sayings were so risque. It's just like, you get one of those and wear it to school, you're like fucking walking through, you're the man because you have something that might swear on it.
Do you remember the movie The Program?
Yeah.
Did you ever watch that? It was like fake Florida State at the time. They had a saying in that movie, like kill them all, and like God sort them out. And I was like, I think it was in 9th grade, and I couldn't play. My mom wouldn't let me play football in 9th grade. In 10th grade, I was going to play football. So I'm like, I'm getting ready. Fairs this week, right now, right? The fair is going on this week.
Yep.
Football starts mid-August, late August. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna win one of those T-shirts. So I spent probably.
That's not the Buns and Roses picture.
No,
why is it, dude?
But I show up, maybe 115 pounds, like, and I'm wearing a kill 'em all, like God sort 'em out thing. I'm like, they're all gonna get me. They're all gonna love me. No, they just beat the fuck out of me. I'm like, have you seen my T-shirt?
Go on.
Buns and Roses fair poster. It has to be a thing.
I just looked it up.
I'm not seeing it anywhere.
I found one.
Oh man, that girl had an ass on her. I was trying to think, could we find the girl? Like, is it possible? I mean, we're internet guys. We can find her. Can you imagine? She's probably. Yes, I had that. I had that on my wall for exactly 38 minutes. And my dad saw it and he's like, give me that.
I used to have to put mine in the back of my door.
Oh, good move. Good move. Yeah. I put it right next to my bed, next to the Kleenex and fucking Jergens.
I had a bunch of that shit. My parents didn't really approve it. Like more my mom than anything. My dad probably snuck in my room and jerked off a few times, but I didn't have a lot of those, but I had a handful, and they were one at the fair. And most of them were the one where you got to throw a fucking dart and pop 3 balloons.
Yeah. Yep.
Come on. Who couldn't fucking do that? Well,
easy peasy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll take the Buns and Roses.
Yeah. Give me the chick in a fucking green thong bikini leaning on a Ferrari Testarossa or the fucking, what was the Lamborghini? The Countach back in the day. The Countach.
That was it. Yeah. Or the 911.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good old 911.
And the Ferrari was always it was red or black. Every one of them.
That's the way. Yeah. Oh,
it
dude.
Is.
No, the white Lamborghini was the shit.
Yeah.
I would still to this day, if I had to pick, like if I'm going to buy the Dukes of Hazzard, which you can get, I think for like 40 grand, like full boat, but with operational doors. I'm too old to fucking slide through a window. Although I tried a few times, Wouldn't it be awesome if I showed up to golf? Is it next week or is it in 2 weeks?
Dude, it's next weekend, you asshole.
Is it? I gotta change our reservation. God damn it.
I was right, you motherfucker.
What?
It is a 69 Dodge Charger.
Is it?
Yep.
Oh God, I thought that was 67.
Either way, I would take both those cars. But Brady always asks me this because he's always playing with his Hot Wheels, and he's got Lambos and Bugattis and McLarens and Ferraris, and some of them I can't tell the fucking difference. And he's like, "Oh, come on, Dad." And I'm like, "Bro, back when I was a kid, there was a Lambo and there was a Ferrari.
Yeah, that's it.
You could tell the difference between the two of them. And I mean, back then you had the Porsche 911s too, but all three of them looked different.
911s always look kind of the same.
Yeah, but I mean, the three of those cars looked completely different from each other.
Yeah, 911 always looked like two buildings falling down. Yeah. Tragedy. But yeah, we just lost all of our viewers.
What do you mean all? I saw one. I only saw one. It's me.
Yeah, we're back to zero now.
But
yeah,
that fair, you don't see that shit at the fair anymore, though.
No.
Those prices like that, you can't have them. It's all generic shit.
Dude,
Krista bought a cool. I wish she. I don't. You know what I don't like on chicks, and this is just my personal preference. And my wife actually loves them. Yeah, for number one on the list.
Yeah.
Is that? But just the crew neck sweatshirt, like a hoodie with no hood. The crew neck sweater.
Really? Okay.
I don't care for them. Krista loves wearing them. It's fine. She looks good in them, and she can rock them. Dudes, I never think look good in them, but it's just
crew
not my
neck
thing.
is a single.
No, just like this. It's just like this, but it's a sweatshirt.
Yeah. No, if I could pick a sweatshirt for a girl to wear, it would be a V-neck sweatshirt.
Deep.
Where you get maybe even just shallow V, but you get the come down. And then you're waiting for her to drop her bag, and you're like, I'm gonna look, I'm gonna take a little peek.
Krista came over for the first time to hook up back in the day. She wore Stephen Barry's Michigan hoodie, and like the collar was ripped down like deep, and she was wearing like a tank top or whatever underneath it. And I thought she got put up to wearing a Michigan hoodie. And I said, "Did my roommates?" Book.
It was set in stone at that point.
And she's like, "No, why?" And we were walking back, and I opened my bedroom door, and I had a huge fucking Michigan fat head on my wall.
Yeah.
And she goes, "For real?" I'm like, and then I'm like, "Yeah, I have a Michigan. I just got a Michigan tattoo too."
And you're like, "I'm gonna put a baby up in you."
Yeah, I'm gonna put numerous children inside of you and figure it out. But but she had that old hoodie, and it was just like a comfort thing. I think she still might have it, but there was a cool fucking hoodie, and it said something like, "I'm the dropping the F-bomb kind of mom." And I'm like, "You need that one." But they didn't have the right size. She tried it on. It was too big. And they're like, "Will this shrink?" They're like, "Nope, these are good." So she bought a crew neck sweatshirt of one that's like got Halloween on it. And it's got like a skeleton looking off in the distance. And there's a bunch of bats. And they're like, "Oh, look, there goes my last flying fuck." They're like, "Okay."
That's where
she goes, "The weather drops 10 degrees. I'm wearing this sweatshirt every day."
I like, I don't like these kind of, what would you call this color? T-shirt. Like a t-shirt? No. Yeah. So yeah.
I would call it a crew neck. I think that's what it's called.
I prefer like V-neck ones. I don't like when things are so constrictive,
Well, yeah, we discussed this the other day when we were talking about shirt sizes. I'm like, I don't like my shit tight on me, and I see a lot of people that their t-shirts. I mean, this is the tightest t-shirt I think I own.
Yeah,
so probably because I got a little bit bigger, but most of my shit I don't want, because I feel like I'm tugging at it. I don't want it tight.
No, you want to. So
that's the thing. So for my size, even at 230, I'm wearing a 2X shirt, and everybody's, "What the fuck?" I'm like, if I wear a regular XL, I feel like it's snug in spots, and I don't feel comfortable.
Hold on. So you are 230 pounds.
Yeah.
I'm 222.
Mm-hmm. You also have muscle on top of muscle because you've been working out for the last 15 years.
In steroids.
I've been working out for 5 months now. Actually been 5 months now. I still have fat on top of whatever muscle I'm building.
Yeah.
I did have a very long
I'm gonna need to ship some of my t-shirts to you.
Conversation with my former physical therapist, because we were in a group chat and I mentioned,
were you FaceTiming on a cruise ship?
No. And I said, and he couldn't believe it. He's like, there's no fucking way. So I said, hey,
I mean,
I could use some advice about certain exercises because I have the arm exercises going, some core shit, a lot of leg shit, because we're working on like for hockey and volleyball and golf, that sort of shit. But I'm like, I don't have anything really for chest and like really abs to get rid of the fat. And he was talking about stuff. I'm like, hey, this is what I'm doing. He's like, you're fucking ahead of the game for what you're doing right now.
Dude,
he goes,
totally.
And totally. Like, you want to really ratchet it up? Cut out bread, sugars, alcohol, and something else for a month and see what happens. I'm like, that's down the road. There's no way. But he's like,
dude, 5 eggs in the morning with some mushrooms.
Yeah. I'm like, I eat a fucking ton of steak. I drink water. I tell him about this armor shit that I'm drinking. I love that shit.
Dude,
apparently it's a colostrum. It helps your fucking guts. And I haven't had a sniffle since March. The kids were both been sick. It never touched me. I
like the liquid IV stuff.
That's more for recovery, right?
Yeah, but I need it. But I bought the I'm not a peach guy. I don't like the taste of peaches,
Yeah, Chris has got that in that armor flavor. I do the watermelon one.
But all they had in the sugar-free liquid IV when I was at the store the other day was like peach. And now I'm kind of for it, you know? For the longest time in my life, I hated sweet potatoes.
Oh, yeah.
Not a sweet potato guy. But I'm telling you right now, 5 eggs, sweet potatoes, and some mushrooms, a little bit of Frank's Red Hot. That's you're not hungry. You're not hungry till fucking 4:00 at night.
My diet's not changing. You're not going to change me. I'm going to eat what I'm going to eat.
Yeah, dude,
I've been eating less of it, but I'm also eating better at home. I go the other day, the kids wanted something to eat. And let's go to Burger King. And I'm like, I could eat Burger King, but I'll tell you what's going to happen when I eat my double cheeseburger and my
shit brains out.
No, it's not that. I don't give a fuck about that. I'm going to feel like a complete and utter fucking slob because I just ate fast food. So I'm trying to get the fuck away from that. I went and I got a slice of pizza or whatever. And sure. I mean, in my head, I'm not
it's better than Burger King.
Yeah.
It is.
But Krista makes food here almost every night. So we eat steak at least once a week. We got chicken, fucking potato, just like regular meals that are way better for you than,
of course,
going to Wendy's. So I'm like, I'm ahead of the game. I'm drinking water. And I told Sammy this, and I said, dude, you want to hear something? And I think this is what kicked it off. I said, here's the fucking thing you're never going to believe. I said, I hope you're sitting down. I said, I haven't had a 30-pack of beer in this house in almost 2 months.
That is crazy.
He goes, what?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, all right, sidebar. So we took it to a private conversation. And I said, well, for one, once I started this, I know what beer does to you.
Sure.
I still drink beer. I still go to Vinny's. I'm still going to have beer.
Of course.
I had a beer. I had a couple beers last night. I said, but I've been drinking more vodka. I said, alcohol's alcohol, but I said, vodka is definitely better for you than beers.
It is.
And whatever. And I go, also my drinking used to be up here.
Mm-hmm.
And I toned it down. I says, I only literally drink on Fridays and Saturdays.
I made the
next
mistake.
Weekend. It's going to be 3 fucking days of stupidity.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a lot of beer. And I get it, but I'm like, I'm 51 and a half. And I'm like, I don't want it. I don't need a 6-pack. I just want to lose a little bit of belly. And we were talking about shit. And I said, want to know one thing I won't do is step on the fucking scale.
Yeah.
I stepped on it twice, I think.
Kill it. Yeah.
For reference. So first time, that's when I realized I lost 20 some pounds. And I'm like, all right, cool. And Krista is reading up on this shit. And she even said that, don't look at the number. Don't get stuck on a number. Because for a while I was getting a little weirded out because I couldn't move under 235. I was stuck there.
But you're working out.
Yeah. And then she goes, but guess what? She goes, how do your pants fit? I'm like, I'm down a size in a pants. And I've moved down 2 belt loops on my belt.
Yep.
She goes, that is the fucking thing you need to worry about. Don't worry about the weight thing.
Yeah.
That'll come in. You're going to break that barrier.
I started working out with my guy, and I was 206 when I started working out with him. And last weigh-in, when I did like the machine where it scans your whole body and all that shit,
BMI, all that shit.
I was 219, but I've added 11% in muscle.
Yeah, and that's
so like
the take thing there.
Yeah, so you can't be mad at the weight when you're adding muscle.
Yeah.
But my knees don't agree with that. So like when you got to run for a little bit or whatever, like, so we took the kids after the tornado in Buffalo. We were like, fuck it. Like,
so wild.
It's crazy, right? So after the tornado, I saw you, and then we said, fuck it, let's just drive to Canada. So we go all the way up to Clifton Hill. And
how'd you get across with the kids?
We had passports.
The kids have passports?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah. So, and it was pretty easy to get across.
I just didn't know because I know.
Well, Max was in the way back. He was in like the far back.
Hiding under a blanket.
Yeah. So the guy's like, yeah. He's like, are you Daryl's parents trying to smuggle him into a drive-in? But I hand the guy like the 4 passports, and he can see me, Tanya. He can see Olivia, and he's like, he starts to freak out. He's like, "There's 4 passports. Where's the other one?" And like, he's in the far back. He's like, "Well, I didn't see him." I'm like, "Well, Max, just come up." So he's like, "Hey, I'm here." He's like, "No, I didn't see you." He was like getting like fucking little weirded out by it, you know. So we go all the way to Clifton Hill, trying to outrun like the tornadoes and thunderstorms and all that shit, right? And we're hanging out for a little bit, and it's fine. It's oppressively hot, you know, because all the fucking weather surge is in Buffalo, right? So it's pulling all the fucking cold air that way. We get ice cream, and then there's a fucking downpour in Clifton Hill. So we start running to the car. And I don't know if I've ran so much being heavier than I'm used to. And my knees were screaming. So like, I do think trying to slim down a little bit for the knees would be good.
Yeah. And I've noticed like tying my shoes, go to the gym has been better. I did learn a breathing thing when Chris's dad lived here and he was on oxygen to breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. It also calms you down. So 2 years ago,
squared breathing.
Yeah. I started utilizing that at hockey. You know, big scramble in front of the net. I'm fucking and I was
used to hold your breath too. Like
yeah.
And
the puck goes the other end, and I'm fucking just huffing. So then I started to calm myself down. I said, all right, big deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. And I found I calmed down a lot quicker. So I utilized that again this year when I jumped into playing volleyball. So first time Aubrey comes and watches me mid-season, she was fucking texting Krista. She goes, holy shit. She goes, Dad's actually good at this.
You are good at volleyball.
And
like,
and I'm like, I told you I can play. I'm like, I can't jump like I used to. I used to be able to jump out of the building. I used to be able to jump over the net and rip the ball. I can't do that anymore. Timing's off and everything. Like Krista came and watched, and I'm fucking out of bounds diving, come back in, jumping, trying to block shots. I'm fucking all over the place. And she goes, I watched you. And she goes, I saw you take a couple deep breaths. She goes, but you weren't fucking dying.
Yeah.
She goes, you were able to get right back into it and do everything. It's not like you couldn't jump and touch your hands over the net because you were so tired. And I said, that is an aspect of me being in slightly better shape. So I'm like, it's all coming together now, which is nice for sports, but I'm like, I understand it a lot more. And like I was telling Sammy, I'm like, I wish I would have done this 15 years ago, but this is where I'm at now. I'm not going to fucking eat kale. I'm not going to eat salad. I'm not going to eat fucking strained tuna water or whatever the fuck they want you to, but I'm going to eat better.
Yeah.
Drink more water. And I've been drinking less alcohol. And honestly, I'm getting older. I don't need to fucking go crazy nuts. You come up, we get together, stupid shit happens, whatnot. But I'm not fucking drinking a 30-pack of beer in a weekend anymore.
When I got home from Buffalo,
2 weekends now.
On the scale, I was 232.
Yeah.
And I was like, we need to tighten it up a little bit. So, I'm back to
Can't wait to see what happens next week.
21. Yeah, I'll be a fat fuck, but it is what it is. You want to punch out of this and go back again?
Yeah, you gonna fix your camera? Cool.
Let's hope.
I got something to bring up to you in the next episode. And I want to see how you're gonna answer this. I don't know where I saw that.
Okay.
I might have been a Facebook reel or an Instagram reel that I stumbled upon, and this question got posed to a couple people, and it was fucking funny as hell trying to watch them answer it, because at first you're like bang, 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 but then once you find out what the specifics of this question are, it changes shit.
Okay. All right.
And there's don't be fucking Superman. I want an honest answer out of you as to what's going to happen here. So
I'm honest.
Next episode.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll punch out of this one, and I'm gonna piss on my ass and
keep running here so I can hang my dick outside without an umbrella.
No.
What are you, fucking Sling Blade?
That's a lie. You got a nice dig out.